Yeah, it's working. Thank you, Andrea. Okay,
Welcome.
hey YouTube, let's start our immersion, but I'm going to put the question in the chat before that and split us into another room, right? Because we are completely full today. It's amazing. And yeah, that's I put on the questions and yeah, let split us, guys. Uh, okay. Okay. Okay, guys. André, Yank, and Rogério, you are going to another room, okay? See you there in some minutes. I think around 40 or 50, yeah, minutes. Okay. Christian Lurian, you are gonna with me. Okay, guys, and about the talk and talk, I think it's not necessary to present talk and talk. All of us know me, I'm sure that. And start our immersion directly. Um, Christian, could you start with your presentation, please?
Sure. Hello, guys. I hope life is treating you well today. For those who don't know me, my name is Christian Jimenez. I'm 37 years old. I am from Bolivia. However, I currently live here in Brazil, in Curitiba, Paraná. I've been working in IT area for almost 12 years, so that's why I moved here to Brazil because of my job. Let me see what else. I've been participating in TNT immersions since 2022, if I am not wrong. Um, Additionally, I became English host the last year, and I started learning French as well some years ago. So fortunately, I became a French host as well the last year. In my free time, I love watching series, movies with my wife, doing exercise, playing football, volleyball when I have the chance, and singing as well is some of my most favorite activities that I currently have.
Yeah, and you're
That's
doing a
it.
great you're doing a great job about language. Your English is awesome, and I'm sure that your French will become the same. So congrats for your journey. And Ludian, good morning.
Good morning. I'm Luria. I'm 34 years old. I live in Belo Horizonte. I work as a business analyst. I have two pets, two dogs. I don't have any kids. Like, I don't have any baby reborn too.
Hmm.
Yesterday, someone make a joke about that. And
Mhm.
I started here in Talk and Talk. There are 8 months to learn French too, and now I'm trying to improve my English. Maybe I can improve my Spanish too. That is really bad, but that's it. It's a long journey, right? But we are
Yeah.
here to improve the language and also to work on our soft skills. To It's really nice environment.
Yeah. And thank you for choosing my immersion to practice your English, okay? Uh,
Hmm. Yeah,
oh,
not something.
it's always a pleasure to see you here. So yeah, that's it. And a little bit about me, guys. Let me see. Yeah, I had a challenge for a long time ago. I've bought this PC in the beginning of the last year, but I wasn't able to install Linux here. I don't know why, but that didn't work uh, as expected here. But along the way, I've continued to search how to solve this issue. And yeah, I did a lot of things. And last weekend, I decided to try again because I don't know if you know, but the Windows 10 support will end in the final part of this year. And coincidentally, my current Linux environment, my OS will finish the support next week, so it's necessary for me to update my environment. And that is working properly, but it was hard. I had a lot of problems to make that working properly. But yeah, I think it's working now. So yeah, I did some different things. So I learned a lot of things about this environment. Yeah, it was amazing. I like to learn about this stuff. So yeah, that was the different thing that happened to me these days. And okay, guys, let's start our discussion. Lurian, could you start with the second question, please?
Yes, let's go. How do companies ensure productive and accountability in a remote setting? Uh, I think they are learning how to do this even nowadays, because before pandemic we had works that we could work remotely, but after pandemic I think we had a big increase about these numbers. And I can see a movement now. There are some companies that they are returning to the hybrid mode, or maybe just on-site mode.
Mm-hmm.
And there is other company that they decide to keep working like that in home office, right?
Yeah.
I think everyone likes home office when we think about the flexibility, the liberty, like can do everything. We can avoid traffic and at all. But for who is manage that is really hard, because you need to find a way to control what people are doing. But
Yeah.
in the same time, I will use this word with carefully, okay? Control is not because I want to control you, your work. I need to control your deliveries. And this is a problem. I think companies, they are trying to do different things. I worked in a company that they use a system for all the employees, a system that regulates what they do, a
Yeah.
system that you can I don't know the name, but I think it's not important. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
system that record your screen to
Mm-hmm.
open your hour, like you need to start to work 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. You have 1 hour for lunch, so the system will close if you don't, like it's like they will force you to have a lunch. And
Mm-hmm.
if you need to work in extra hours, you need to demand, you need to ask, and you need someone to approve this. So for me, this it's a kind of a measure. Maybe it's more for operational people, like junior ones, when you're really like starting. But in my point, like in my stage, like I'm a specialist, normally I was leader too. It's really hard to have this, because
Mm-hmm.
I like to work from home because of that, because of flexibility.
Yeah.
So the other ways I think the companies are doing, they are trying to measure your deliveries, the
Yeah.
quality of your deliveries. But like I've said, I think they are discovering the ways yet. So this is what I can contribute today.
Yeah. And this topic is so polemic, and like you said, I think the most important thing is to evaluate our workplace in the company culture and the people behaviors and something like that. And how about you, Christian? Christian, you said that you are leaving Brazil because your job, but you need to go to the head office to work sometimes.
As a matter of fact, my office is in Sao Paulo, and I moved to Curitiba 2 years ago, so I work remotely. I would say that 100% remotely. Sometimes I have to go to my office, but it is just once or twice in the year. because
Mm,
as I am the tech lead, sometimes we have important meetings that we have to decide different stuff, you know.
yeah, yeah, I got it.
So yeah, but I work from home from Curitiba. And regarding the question, I believe that it's like difficult, as Lurian said. From my point, it's kind of impossible to try to control, quote unquote, control all of the employees' behavior, even more if the work is it's done remotely. Imagine that it is difficult to control it or measure it when people are in the same desk. Imagine now that people are working from home. So I believe that it's kind of tricky, and I think that companies are still in that process of adapt to this kind of work style, I'm gonna say. I think that it depends on many factors, like the person, because you know not everybody is ready to work remotely. I believe that there are
Yeah.
some people that don't they cannot do it because perhaps they need the pressure of being in a desk with people walking around them, or perhaps the boss asking for the project or for the specific feature or something that the employee had to finish. And there are those who have that the accountability or that responsibility to get the things done without any pressure. So I believe that there are many factors that can impact negatively or positively this kind of work style. I currently, I'm not sure if in my company there are some specific software that they use for control the things that I do here in my desk, because you know the desk the laptop that I use is from my company. But I know that there are other companies or other colleagues from other which who works in different industries. They tell me normally that they have several kind of softwares that control the things that they are doing, perhaps where or in which software they are spending more the time,
Mm-hmm.
and those kind of things. But in
Mm-hmm.
my personal case, I don't think that I don't we don't have we have this kind of software. At least I don't know. Perhaps yeah. So I try to just use the laptop for doing work stuff. Um, and that's it. I believe that I don't have so many examples because of that, because I've never used those kind of software or tools to control to measure my performance here.
Yeah. A time ago, I worked in a company as CLT, and I use a device from that company, and there was some software to try to control that. But as you said very well, Christian, I totally agree with you. It's almost impossible to control what the employers are doing in virtual environments, because yeah, it's hard. I can bring my current experience working by home. I work by home since pandemic. Since I started as developer, it's a interesting thing, Lurian. I started my journey as working as software developer completely by home. But I was hired as a mid-level developer, my first opportunity as developer, and I have no idea why the companies decided to hire me in this role, because of course I had some experience in another fields during my work journey, I would say, but as developer, it was my first job and so on. Well, some managers that I had along the way used to say to me that you have a good profile. Uh, uh, for me, you are a lot of responsible for your actions, and because your way that you express yourself and the way that you did job hiring process, I decided to hire you as mid-level developer, you know? Okay, okay, don't worry, let's do that. And I remember that I used to ask my leaders why they decided to do that, you know, in the beginning of my career, you know. Okay, and my current company, I can bring a problem that we had along the way. We use Slack as messaging tool, right? And we had a thread, a daily thread for developers share your daily, you know, in let me see the right word, uh, asynchronous daily thread, you know. So when the developers want to share your daily activities, they can do that uh, the time that they want, you know. And we had some problems with that because some developers used to um, uh, prestar contas, you know, for the company, and another ones not. So the company decided to do the dailies, the synchronous daily in a call, a common daily that we know, you know. Well, of course, I felt angry because I was one of them that put my daily every single day, you know. But yeah, I could understand, I can understand completely the reasons that company decided to do that because uh, I think it depend of the company context as well. When I started in there, the company was smaller. The team was smaller than nowadays, you know. So the company was growing up, and so it's in some points necessary to change a little bit the environment to adapt better for this remotely work because in my current company, the most of developers work by home, you know, and tech lead as well, like you, Christian. We have some leaders that work by home, and another ones work at office, you know, that's mixed. And yeah, that's it. Uh, yeah, I'm going to start the question number three, right? How might remote work impact the team's collaboration and communication? Wow, that's a hard question. I, I'm, guys, in my perspective, the perfect work mode is hybrid, you know? I love work by home, like Lurian. I love it. It's amazing for me. I feel the same, Lurian. But looking for the company side, in my perspective, a good way to do that would be a hybrid system. Of course, uh, for companies that uh, use remote work completely, it's hard to change that, make the employees go to the office, but I think this system could be better for the companies and employees because you can do some things that you like to do at the same point. At the same time, you can uh, be on the office to make some important meetings like Christian said, you know. I don't know about you guys. It's my perspective. What do you think, Christian?
I agree with you. I believe that it's important to have a social interaction with friends because it is not the same being here or talking online that being in the work environment and exchanging ideas or or giving your own perspective for a different topic. So I believe that it is crucial to have that interaction with people, because if otherwise, I truly believe that our skills like leadership, communication, can be deteriorated over the time. We are human beings, and human beings were made for being social beings. And I think from pandemic, it has changed so much on people, and at least in me, it's something that I changed so much. Nowadays, I prefer to be here at home. If you give me the chance, if you give me the chance, I wouldn't go to office anymore. But on the other hand, I believe that it's important, and even though I don't like it, or I started don't like it, uh, I know that it's important. It's important to go over there, interact with others, express your ideas, have a leisure time with your. It can be a how can I say it? Yeah, leisure time with your colleagues.
Mm.
Yeah, that's important. I believe, not just for your job, not just for uh, improving your performance or having a good connection with them. I think in general, as human beings, we need that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I I agree with your point of view. And how about you, Lurian? Bring the opposite view, please.
I will say, I would say actually, like when I started the home office, I remember it was awful for me. It was really bad. I remember I said, "Oh no, I like to go to the office. I need to have a lunch with my colleagues. I really like to talk. I'm totally talkative. I
Oh,
like to
we know that.
Yes, presents, like this kind of things. Okay. But when I started, like because of pandemic, I was changing my idea about this. Since I
Mm-hmm.
was having more time for myself, more quality time, flexibility, about avoid traffic. So
Yeah.
nowadays, I realize it's really important to keep contact with your colleagues. If my company said, "Oh, Luria, today is the day to go to the office." I can go, but they are from São Paulo. So normally they need to think about tickets or hotel,
It's
food.
the problem.
This is the problem, like last month we had an event in my company, and the most
Mm-hmm.
of the people they are from São Paulo, and they went, and me need
Mm-hmm.
no because of that, because they couldn't pay for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is the problem, but of course I want to go, like I love to talk to meet new people, but I need to say I'm not used to have this routine anymore. i
Mm-hmm.
uh, I searched here, like I'm spoiled, for that. Looks like I'm lazy for, oh, so really I need to go to the office today, really. So because of that, now I learned it the other way.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I
if I
gotcha.
need to go, and the company provide this to me, I will love it. I'm sure. No, but I just cannot afford pay for this anymore, because we is hotel, is
Yeah.
airplane, is food, and they sometimes they don't pay for these costs. So it's
Yeah,
more because of that.
yeah, and just to add a final note, I forgot to say that my current company used to pay for their all employees to go to the company's head office once per year, right?
Okay.
But this year, I had some personal problems and now I wasn't able to go there. But another thing is I live in São Paulo State and the company head office is in Paraná State, Cascavel
Uh,
City.
Okay.
And the company used to pay a bus ticket to go there from here, you know?
Uh,
And
Long journey.
yeah, I went there by bus. in the first time that I went to the company's head office, oh guys, it was terrible for me. I got sick, to be honest, you know. It was hard. It was more than 14 hours inside a bus. Oh my goodness, it was hard. It was hard. In the next meeting, I went there with plane, you know, with plane, airplane, and it was better. But the last time the company decided to pay a bus ticket again and pay another cost, like you said, hotel, food, and yeah. Um, and I decided not to go there because some personal problems, and that was one go there with bus. This distance for me it's hard, you know. Like I used to joke, I'm not 20 years old anymore, you know. It's hard to me.
But
Uh,
about the question, I think we need to put more effort to communicate and to work with our colleagues when we work from home, you know, because
yeah.
of the meetings. Sometimes I just said to my colleague, "Oh, I need to talk with you. Call me when you can." You know,
Mhm.
you need to make contact and you need to put more effort. But in the same time, in the hybrid mode, when I'm there, I'm not working anymore because since
Yeah.
we work from home, when I'm there, I just want to socialize. I want to take a
Mhm.
lot of coffees. I want to have a big lunch with my colleagues to spend. I remember I work a little in a hybrid mode. I remember my productive days was the day that I work from home. When I
Mhm.
went to the office, it was just to socialize, so it was not productive, and I had a
That
lot of things to do. So
yeah,
is
that's
hard.
another problem. Yeah.
Yes, this is hard to manage too. So, in my opinion, we need to put more effort to find a way to work in this collaborative environment and find a new pattern, you know, a new way, because the old one is not good and the new one is not perfect too. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with you. It's hard. Okay, guys. If you don't have anything more to add, we are gonna to move to another question. Okay. Uh, Let me see. I don't remember who would be start this question. So I ask for you, Christian. The question number 4, please. Could you start with for us, please?
Let me see. If companies continue to embrace remote work, how will this influence urban development, housing trends? Yeah, we already mentioned some of these, that is our commute, or the commute that people normally do for going from home to to the desk, to the office. I think that if companies start or really decide to do it or develop more remote opportunities,
Mhm.
for example, for example, pollution will decrease over time because employees will stay at home. They won't be they won't need to even have a car or use the car daily from Monday to Saturday or to Sunday, or even use the public transportation. So as a result, the pollution in general will decrease. The carbon dioxide, di, I always have several problems to pronounce that word, but
It's
that thing
uh,
will decrease.
hard word to say. It's a hard word to pronounce.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Another thing, yeah, I would say that it could improve the environment in general. Uh, yeah, that's it. That's my
Yeah,
contribution.
I
What
saw it.
about you?
I saw. For example, I don't have any car currently. It's not necessary for my routine. You know, I work completely by home. We live in the center of the city. You know, we have everything we need close to us. So that's it. And how about you, Lurin?
Yes, I agree with Christian. I think the companies in general they can save money and maybe increase the profits because of save the rent of the places, uh, even for the pollution too. I really believe we if we don't need to use the cars, the public transportation, but in the same time, and I can say in my experience, when pandemic start, my company, the corporative world, I think, okay, but my company specifically said, oh, we will work from home now. It was
Mhm.
perfect for us. They send chairs, the laptops, everything. And 2 years after, they just start a movement to come back to the office because of
Mhm.
the because of this. We have a sector. I think it's the name is always I have a problem to. I know in French, real estate. I know
Yeah.
the name in French, but I don't know in English. Real estate. So we have the rooms, the buildings to rent. And if every company decide to don't use this anymore, we will have a crisis in another sector. So it was a lot of pressure for come back to office, and a lot of companies, I said the cooperative ones, they accept that because of the market,
Yeah.
to to do that. So I
Need
remember
work.
I disagree about that in my company because we are just like remote, and they just change our contract again, and they said no, your contract is not remote, your contract is for the necessity of your work. And I said ha 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 ha. And they in that time they started to take some people of other cities or other states.
Yeah.
So when they changed this, so now I need to go to the office. I live like 70 kilometers
Yeah. Yeah.
from the office, and I need to go by myself, you know.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
needed
really,
to move to there.
yes, exactly. So
And
in my
sometimes
opinion,
that's not working. That doesn't work for everyone.
exactly. And I don't know, I think in the same way you can save a lot of money, they have all this pressure about the market, about the other sectors, that we need to keep doing the things in the same way. So my now I work from home, but my company is mixed. The company has a building office in São Paulo. So some people need to go to the office, the other ones no.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think they are trying to balance, to
Yeah,
equilibrate that.
like I said, since some company is introduced remote working within their routines, it's hard to change completely because you said very well. A lot of people was hired from another states, another region, so it's hard. It's hard. At the same time, like I said, if the company are growing up faster or something like that, they must get rid of management problems, and sometimes it's necessary to change a little bit. Like I said, my current work decided currently they decided to have a personal once a year personal meeting, but if they decided that it could be necessary to go there more times per year, for example, I think it's comprehensive, you know and yeah, I think that's it. Uh, In my perspective, I hope that company decided to spread remote work more, because it's amazing work by home, like all of you said, for us employee, of course. Okay, let's move on. Lurian, could you, start the five question for us, please?
Yes. What skills should professionals develop to thrive in a remote work environment? First, I think we need to adapt. So the change is everything is changing a lot. But I think we need to work a lot in about your discipline, maybe in your self discipline, about a routine. It was really hard for me in the beginning to separate my personal and my professional life. I used to work from my bed, it was not good. So you need to have a space to work in your place, because your place, your house, it's it's the same. So
Yeah,
you are there to work. So you need to have the space, the the time to work. You need to organize maybe how you will do with your meals, because and before it was easy to think about other. I will have my lunch in the restaurant next to my office, or I will take food from home. Nowadays, sometimes I just forgot that I need to have a lunch. My
yeah.
God, I need to prepare something now. So discipline, I think it's everything for this kind of work. And I think you need to work about your communicate too, since now your voice is the way we will show your work for for everyone. Maybe now you need to work more on how to communicate, try to read the different public for in the meetings. Sometimes you cannot have a properly uh, perspective about the other ones, because you some people open the camera, some doesn't open the camera. So we need to try to evaluate more these, to know how to communicate. For me, it's some of the good things you need to worry about.
Yeah, yeah. And as always, Luren used to answer everything. I don't know if you have.
Oh, there is one thing to say.
Okay. Good luck for you, Christian. It's your turn.
Let me think about it. Oh, I believe that we really have to improve our communication skills because communication is not about talking. It's not about just throwing out words. Because no, as we don't have our colleagues nearby, the kind of communication is different. So when we have for example, a meeting online, I think it's so different the way that you express your ideas, your facial expressions, how your body expression as well changes. So I believe that it's important to improve it. Another one I would like to say it's about the accountability. I know that we as professionals should be aware of all of the things that we have to do in our job because we signing up our contract because of that. But when we go home, sometimes we forget that we think we have more free time, but it's important to really understand that that's our responsibility. And as well, being a reliable employee, I believe that it's important. If your boss, he or she starts trusting more about in the things that you finish or the thing that you release, the work that you normally do, I think that it's something great. That's not a skill. I think it's our responsibility, but I wanted to point out. Um, Let me see what else. I think that's it. About the skills, I would say communication, leadership as well. If you play the role of leader, it's like more tricky to do it remotely. It's something that I'm facing nowadays. Let me see what else. Adaptability is something great that Lorian said as well,
Mm,
because um, we don't know what's gonna happen in your house,
yeah.
depending if you have kids, for example. Something random can happen, so you have to be able to adapt yourself to that situation. I think that problem solving would be included in that point. So yeah, and that's in my case. I don't have kids, but I have neighbors,
Mhm.
and sometimes there is noise over there. Sometimes there is something who is working or something, a lot of noise, and in different context. I have to be ready to adapt myself to those situations.
Yeah, maybe your neighbors use some crusher, britadeira, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Osvaldo, just one thing for
Okay.
I didn't say all the things like about noisy and neighbors. I agree with Christian, and at the beginning, it was really hard for me understand and separate this feeling about my work because this is not my fault. I put, oh my God, I have a noise now, or I have a car in front of me. They are trying to selling eggs. This happened a lot here next to my. Olha o carro do ovo. I like, look the eggs car, look the eggs car. And anyway, so we need to work a lot about ourselves, to this confidence, the emotional intelligence, to to deal with this new challenge, and about the culture of the company too. Since we are not in the place in the office, you need to work more to feel that you are in the company, about the culture about the company. So I don't know, like it's just other examples I had here now about our challenge when you work from home.
The dreams car about Christian. Guys, I have a fun history to share with you about that, about noise, Lurian. I have a teammate that always he are in a meeting with us. A guy used to gritar. I forgot how can I say gritar. Pamonha!
Scream.
Olha a pamonha! It's impossible not to laugh, It's impossible. It's so funny. Always that thing happen. I use, you need to buy some pamonha. Ay. And well, guys, my perspective, the most important thing to work properly by home is discipline, like Lurian start to say. And the second one, I would say organization. I remember when I decided to work as developer, I had no idea if would work by home by the time. But I'd love to have this opportunity. I remember that it was a goal. Oh, I want to be developer because I want to work by home. And I remember when I got my first job, and like I said, I started working by home since there. Oh, I realized that for me, that worked very, very, very well. Worked better that I could imagine before. So for me, these two things are important: discipline and organization. And along just to finish, uh, I was sure that I would enhancing my environment to continue work by home, and I started work by home in my room. So I remember there was my room with my wife. It was hard by the time because I'm a person that like to be in front of a PC. I like I like this stuff. So currently, I have my own office in my home, in a separated environment. So I think planning, because that I said discipline and organization. And yeah, that's it. Guys, how was the conversation in another room, Bianca? Share with us, please.
So it's very nice to exercise some different vocabulary, to talk a little bit about the work environment, and maybe the biggest challenge in the remote work, it will be communication, as you said, and discipline, as Andrea said. And I agree
Yeah,
with you guys.
great, great. Thank you. And for you, Andrea, did you like the conversation?
Yes, I like it so much because I just had the opportunity to work from home 2 weeks in the pandemic times, but I don't know, maybe it would be really challenging for me to have this opportunity, but maybe one day, right? Congrats,
Yeah,
Osvaldo. It was really nice.
great, great. And for you, Rogério?
It was a great conversation. I think remote work is so important just to have opportunity to travel. You know, you can combine travel and work in the same time, I think.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And just a final question for you guys. How do you think the companies and organizations could manage people working from home and office at the same time? I don't know if you discussed that in another room, but what do you think, Yanka? You are living this moment in your life.
Yeah, but thinking about company environment, it will be too boring, like go to the office work and have to have meetings online,
Yeah.
So this to me to be the biggest challenge. It will be unfair sometimes knowing that some part of your coworkers is working from home and you had to take the transportation and go to the office and have a meeting online. So maybe have a better organization about that, some tools to organize the team. As I said, Trello to update the process of the task and so on. It's this.
Great, great. And how would you manage hybrid teams, Andrea, in your point of view?
Oh my gosh, I think a hybrid team can be easier, um, because hybrid teams sometimes people don't need to stay all the time at the office, but when they are at the office you have a good communication, so maybe I would enjoy this time when the people are at office to have this kind of communication, to put the things clearly, maybe I think that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great, great answers, girls. I love that. And yeah, the time is almost finished for us. I put our survey on the chat, if you want to share what do you think, feel free. Okay? Bye bye, Luri. And yeah, guys, I think that's it for now. Next Friday, we are gonna talk about health habits. I hope to see all of you here with me, okay? And have a good day, a good week. Bye bye. Take
Have a
care.
nice,
Thank you,
have a nice
Osvaldo.
day.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye. See you.